Unit 5, Our Modern Lifestyle. Chapter 1, Cell Phone Etiquette. Page 61.
Cell phone etiquette. Dear Sunday Globe, I am writing to you about your article in last Sunday's newspaper, Cell Phones Make Life Easier. You did an excellent job explaining the good points of cell phones. They're convenient, we feel safer always being able to call someone, and they are very helpful in business. On the other hand, you didn't talk about their bad points at all. I hope you'll let me give your readers some advice on cell phone etiquette. The first point I'd like to address is when not to use your phone. It's polite to switch off your phone or turn off the sound when you're in class or in a meeting. If you get an important call, you should ask for permission to leave the room, and then don't talk for too long. Furthermore, for conversations that need more time, it is best to ask the person to call back at a more convenient time. Cell phones can also cause you to neglect the people you are with. I find it really annoying when my friends constantly check their messages on their phone. In fact, I want to tell them to turn off the cell phone and enjoy my company. Another point that needs to be made has to do with personal space. I think it is very impolite to make calls in small spaces or crowded rooms. This makes others uncomfortable and forces them to listen to your personal conversations. Additionally, it disturbs other face-to-face conversations. That's why I never use my cell phone within a few meters of other people, except in emergencies. Lastly, I would like readers to pay attention to the dangers of using your phone while doing something else. For instance, driving and texting is a bad combination. Likewise, using your phone or texting when walking can make you careless. You don't want to get hit by a car. Pay attention to where you're going. Sincerely, Amber Jala.
Unit 5, Our Modern Lifestyle. Chapter 2, Smartphone Apps for Travelers. Page 65.
Smartphone apps for travelers. Traveling soon? Smartphone apps make traveling easier than ever. Unfortunately, with thousands of new travel-related apps to choose from each month, it can take a long time to figure out which applications are truly helpful. Here are 3 apps that will definitely make your next trip abroad a little easier. Talk to me. Say au revoir to language phrase books after downloading the Talk to Me smartphone app. This is a great tool for anyone visiting a foreign country. It works like a translator in your pocket. When you speak into the phone in English, it translates what you are saying into the language you select. You can choose between English, Chinese, French, Spanish, German, and Italian. This app is useful for the everyday needs of tourists and business travelers. It's also great for frequent travelers and language learners. TripIt. Are you always looking for your travel information when it's time to check in for your flight? TripIt combines all of your travel confirmation documents, such as hotel room bookings, into one travel itinerary. Users send their travel-related emails to TripIt, and the app turns it into an easy-to-use itinerary with a calendar. TripIt also prepares maps and weather information for the places on your itinerary. City Seeker. Imagine being able to find whatever you need no matter where you are. A map easily becomes outdated, and a guidebook typically helps you only in places the average tourist goes. What you need on your trip is an app that will tell you where the locals go. Want to find a great sushi place in Singapore? Morning coffee in Barcelona? A tailor in Mexico City? The City Seeker app helps you find these places. It uses information created by Singaporeans, Spanish, Mexicans, and people from other popular tourist cities to give advice on restaurants, gas stations, shops, landmarks, and more.
Unit 6, The Olympics. Chapter 1, The Olympic Flame. Page 71.
The Olympic Flame. Every 4 years, the Summer Olympic Games kick off with an elaborate opening ceremony that welcomes athletes from every competing nation. However, preparations and celebrations for the Olympic Games start long before the opening ceremony. The true beginning of the Olympic celebration is the lighting of the Olympic torch and the relay that carries the flame to the host city. The Olympic torch is lit at a ceremony in Olympia, Greece, where the ancient games were held. One requirement for the Olympic flame is that it must be created using only sunlight and a mirror. The flame is lit months before the games, and the first runner begins the great relay among the ruins of an ancient Olympic stadium. The first modern Olympic torch relay took place in Berlin in the summer of 1936. At the beginning, runners were mainly selected from the Olympic athletes, but later, regular citizens, including children, old people, and people with disabilities, began to participate as well. Carrying the torch is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and a great honor. Traditionally, the torch is carried on foot. However, sometimes other kinds of transport are needed. When the torch must go overseas, it is sent on a private plane. The torch has also been carried underwater. For the Sydney Summer Games in 2000, a diver swam with the torch. At the end of the relay, the flame is used to light a giant pot. The light, a symbol of the Olympic spirit, burns throughout the Games.
Unit 6, The Olympics. Chapter 2, Unusual Olympic Sports. Page 75.
Unusual Olympic sports. For many people, the Olympic Games consist of popular sports like swimming, running, or ice skating. Here are 3 unusual Olympic events and 3 athletes who fell in love with them.
Curling. Curling is a sport that is played on ice. 2 teams of 4 players each slide 8 stones along the ice to a colored circle called the house. The object of the game is to place a stone closest to the center of the house. I started curling very young. Canadian Olympic curler Sammy McCann told us, "My father managed a hotel with an ice rink. As soon as the people left the ice, my friends and I would get right on and start curling."
Trampoline. Kids have been jumping on trampolines for almost 100 years. But it was only at the 2000 Olympic Games in Sydney that trampoline became an official Olympic sport. In Olympic competitions, each trampoline gymnast is judged on 10 different skills. A gymnast can score well by showing that they can control their bodies while jumping high and twisting and flipping smoothly in the air. I love the sport. I've been doing it since I was 5 years old," said Jennifer Perilla, American trampoline gymnast. After Jennifer competed in the 2000 Olympics as the only American trampoline gymnast, she got a tattoo of a butterfly to remind her of her new beginnings as an Olympian.
Skeleton. The sport of skeleton racing first became an Olympic sport in 1928. Skeleton racers slide down an icy course at very high speed on a simple sled. The sled is called a skeleton because early sleds looked like human skeletons. "I didn't start skeleton until I was 30, said American skeleton racer Zach Gale. "While driving, my girlfriend and I took a wrong turn at Lake Placid, New York. That's where the 1980 Winter Olympics took place. They were offering skeleton classes that afternoon. My girlfriend said, 'Why don't we give it a try?' It was fun. I fell in love with it."
Review Unit 2, Fluency Strategy, KWL, page 80. Not your regular scholarship.
Life as a student can be very expensive. The cost of university tuition is increasing every year, and with all the studying students have to do, there isn't much time left for earning money. Fortunately, there are thousands of scholarships available to help students pay their bills. Scholarships are normally given to students based on how good their grades are or how well they do in sports. However, there are scholarship programs that choose their scholars based on factors other than grades or athletic ability. Here are some non-traditional scholarships that are helping students pay their way through school.
The Tall Club's International Scholarship.
Students who are under 21 years of age and about to start university for the first time can receive up to $1,000 from Tall Clubs International. This club was started to help tall people get to know each other and share what is great about height. To get this scholarship, you must be very, tall. Women must be at least 5 feet 10 inches, 177.5 centimeters, and men must be at least 6 feet 2 inches, 188 centimeters to qualify.
The Excellence in Predicting the Future Award.
Adventures in Education, a student loan company, awards this bi-monthly scholarship to encourage students to study economics in college. Interested students can register online and use fake money to buy and sell predictions about the future, in the same way that he or she might buy and sell stock on the stock market. At the end of each 2-month period, the students who have made the most money are given some money to help pay for college.
The Duct Tape Stuck at Prom Award.
Wearing a suit and dress made out of sticky tape might not be so fashionable, but at least it pays. High school couples who attend prom in clothes made using Duck brand sticky tape may win Stuck at Prom scholarships that range from $500 to $5,000. Students must create original outfits and take a photo to be shown on the company website. People will then vote on the best outfit. There is a lot of competition for this scholarship, and recent winners have created extremely creative outfits.
Review Unit 2, Fluency Practice. Review Reading 3, Real Mail versus Email. Page 83.
Real mail versus email. I keep it real. Sure, sending an email is fast and convenient, and there are times when it's necessary, but I think it's too impersonal. I think email makes communication less meaningful because people usually only glance at their emails. They give more attention to real letters. I think sending a real letter shows that you care about the person. It takes time to prepare, which shows that the writer is being more thoughtful than when he or she quickly types an email. Getting a handwritten note makes the person feel special. I love finding handwritten letters in my mailbox. I also write letters because I like to make art. I make my own envelopes and write notes on colorful magazine pages. It makes my letters more interesting, and it lets me reuse and save paper. When I send a real letter that I made myself, I imagine the other person really enjoying it. My friends understand that I made it just for them, and I'm sending them more than just words on a page.
I'll send you an email. My life changed after I bought my first smartphone. I hardly ever pick up a pen these days because I use my phone for everything. Planning my schedule, reading the news, or writing emails. I also use email a lot. My friends all moved away to different places after high school, and I don't have time to sit down and write and post letters to them every week. Sending them emails is so much more convenient. With email, I can write to them whenever I want. Then they can read my emails right away and send a reply just as fast. With emails, I can reach many people at the same time. When I want to say hi to old friends, I just put in their email addresses, type up a note, and send it out. No paper, no stamps, no waiting for the letters to travel over land and sea. Email helps people keep in touch, and in the end, that's what's important, right?
Review Unit 2, Fluency Practice. Review Reading 4. Selecting the Olympic Sports. Page 85.
Selecting the Olympic sports. During each Summer Olympic Games, 28 different sports are played. The kinds of sports played at the Olympics don't change very often, and the process for changing them is long and difficult. So it came as a big surprise in 2005 when the International Olympic Committee, IOC, announced that it wanted to add new sports to the Summer Olympic Games. At that time, the list of sports hadn't changed in 70 years. At a meeting in Singapore in 2005, the IOC voted on each of the 28 events from the 2004 Olympic Games in Athens, Greece. They wanted to choose which sports would be played at the 2016 Games. There are many reasons why some sports make the list, while others don't. But it's important that these sports are popular around the world and played in many different countries. The committee decided that baseball and softball would be replaced. Their new options included roller skating, rugby, golf, squash, and karate. To be included in the Olympics, a sport must receive votes from at least 2/3 of the committee. The IOC had to meet more than once to come to a conclusion. Finally, in 2009, the results were announced. Rugby and golf were the newest Olympic sports. Both rugby and golf have been Olympic sports before. Golf was part of the 1904 Games over a century ago, and rugby was last played in the 1924 Games. Now, both sports will rejoin the Olympics for the 2016 Summer Games in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Athletes from both sports are excited. New Zealand rugby star Jonah Lomu said, "It's just fantastic for the game." Golf superstar Jack Nicklaus feels just as strongly. He says that, "Now people of all walks of life will be inspired to play the game of golf and play for sport's highest recognition. For all sports, that has always been a gold medal."
End of CD number 1.